This statement where it says if you cut off his access to the Speed Force too hard, the feedback will kill him, and Wally losing his memory and his experience and shit all being erased, happens in the new issue of Flash where he fights the Batman and the Justice Buster. Starts off with Wally ass in the gallery where his new power, he can go between time and shit. Not time, reality. He goes to this place called the gallery. There he's starting to fucking forget everything, even who the fuck he is, as we see one of the archangels popped up on his ass. Then we go to the inside of the Justice Buster. He's up here running protocols to see if he can fucking stop Flash to predict where he's finna come, a targeting solution. Only time this shit worked was when Flash was Jokerized. After finding the solution, they hit his ass with this frictionless liquid. Flash is thinking that this ain't Batman though. He said Batman scrapped the Justice Buster after it took down the whole Justice League. Wanna know why? Because he knows his friends are quick learners. So he got out of that shit because he used this aura to displace the fluid. So Flash wanted him to prove himself to see if he's Batman. Bro was like, for the last time, stand down, please. He was like, I know you're a fraud now. Batman would never say please as his ass rushed past him, right? And we see that it's Green Arrow in there. And this shit takes place after the events of Green Arrow issue 13, which came out today too. I will be doing a video on what the hell is going on with him right now. Anyway, this motherfucker throws a batarang at Flash while he's running. Then he crack his ass. Over with Jai though. This dude right here is Jai's baby brother in the future. And he's telling them that basically the science that this shit right here, these numbers and shit, is supposed to be the calculations of the multiverse being destroyed by the speedsters. See, the speedsters are responsible for the impending destruction of the multiverse. And they holding their nose because he's changing the baby's diaper. Not any baby, that's him as a baby. He's changing his own diaper. So Jai remembered something that his dad used to always say to him. And he used to always say that shit to Nightwing too. Change the way you look at things, and the things you will look at will change. So Jai got to looking at that shit, and he was like, maybe it's because reality is wrong. Maybe the numbers are right because the reality is wrong. Back to the fight. This is where they make that statement. Green Arrow rushes at him talking about some within range, deploying the artifact now. Dial it up, maximum exposure. That's Amanda Waller talking to him right there. He was like, negative, ma'am. I've seen the simulations. If we cut his access to the Speed Force too hard, the feedback will kill him. That's when Flash, like, the tentacle they took from Terrific Tech. Who are you really? A friend. If you've been reading Green Arrow, you would know how this motherfucker got all this tech right now. But because motherfucking Green Arrow didn't do the maximum exposure and do that shit to cut him off from the Speed Force, Barry's his connection to the Speed Force is too strong. He's manipulating his aura. Then he breaks out of that shit. Then takes off on his ass. Not before the fucking suit hits a countermeasure, right? And hit his ass with a grappling hook. Straighten his shoulder. So Flash keep going. Take his ass, right? Start dragging him. Bro used that zero friction liquid shit and start sliding with his ass. So while that's happening, Flash was adjusting his vibrations to the signal that was inside of the suit. He was tracking this. He matched the frequency of the data stream so he could track it to its source. This motherfucker Flash takes over to this damn edge, right? Grabs the tip of the fucking the grappling hook, stops and launches ass into the server farm. So the damn dude ass took his Speed Force away. So now he got to fight his ass the old-fashioned way. Jai figured out the Archangel's lie. The data's right, but only because someone's twisted reality, like folding a page of math so the wrong number solves the equation. The disturbance is coming from higher up, like a high as is possibly supposed to go. Whatever's causing the Speed Force to spasm, it's not speedsters, Dad, and the rest are getting hit at just as bad as anyone. That's when all these villains like, ah shit, I think the gig's up. Jai said basically God's having a seizure, the Speed Force has gone loopy and reality's falling apart, and some bugger brain's trying to pin it all on his dad, who is Wally. So they asked how the fuck he figured it out. He said, my dad used to always tell me, look at that shit differently, bro, you'll see a different outcome. So since reality getting fucked up, the math all wrong. So Justice Buster got the whooping the fuck out of Flash. Then all the speedsters came and fucking helped his ass, right? Destroyed the fuck out of the suit. Bro ass take off, he motherfucking used the escape thing and the seat take off. They was like, fuck that. We ain't finna chase his ass. We got other shit in motion. Green Arrow talks to fucking Amanda Waller and she's like, all right, we found out basically that Batman shit is useless. All that technology he had to neutralize the so-called heroes of this world, that ain't on shit. We finna expedite other plans. As you see all the Mamazo bots that Failsafe made in the back. Back to Wally talking to that Archangel earlier. He lets us know that his memory is gone, all the strings of experience and love that distracted him erased, dissolved by him being in the gallery. Says at last, you are the perfect and empty vessel, an unsullied conduit, linking these mundane frequencies to the source of your power, the Speed Force. We're going to show you what it is, once and for all. And when you have the witness the horror it causes, when you understand that the multiverse could so easily be a place of perfection without pain or death or suffering, then we will draw unto you the divine weapon. You will be the syringe, they will be the poison. He will use the conduit that leads you to the higher power to send his hellish mind past the edge of infinity. And in so doing so, at long last, we shall murder time itself as we see the crown of Thawns is the reason why all this shit goes down. And this will be continued in the next issue of The Flash.